as radiant as ever, because of course it's weekend and it's time for us to, just relax and chill out, of course, but that will be after this program with Amaka Izuchukwu. But today, before we go chilling out, that the Bible says that cleanliness is next to godliness. And so we went around the city and tried to see how clean our Abakaliki is. The whole of Ebonyi state is known to be a very clean state. And we are trying to see that, yes, even the present administration is maintaining that status that Abakaliki is a place you come to and you're like, wow, is this in Nigeria? Is this state in Nigeria? Or are you in part of the Arab world, like the Dubai and all that? So we went around and we tried to see what's the Scrap Dealers Association, what their association is actually doing, what their members are doing, and how their activities is affecting Ebonyi State, both in terms of security and neatness of the state. What is the synergy they are having with the Ministry of Environment? We're going to be talking about that. And of course, we're also going to be looking at the newspaper review. What are those stories that are making headlines? And after that, we'll also be looking at the trending stories. I don't know why Amaka is laughing. Amaka Izuchukwu is right here with me. Maybe because she's looking like an Amaria today. I think she probably traveled to Qatar or Dubai. So let's see why she's so excited. Amaka, it's always a pleasure to be with you. So why are you showing all this your 32 that is shining like the star this morning?
Good morning. Thank you, Laura. It's a beautiful day to be alive in the land of the living, despite all the challenges and all the troubles in our world. It just feels nice knowing that, I'm here today and I'm good. So why won't I laugh? Especially when you look like you just won $1 million.
Oh my God.
All right, so let's get right into it. Laura will be taking me somewhere for an amazing plate of well-garnished abacha and all the other condiments that will go within after now.
Amaka, you want to tell them that story? You better just keep it. Because you're the one that introduced me to that when I came to Ebonyi State.
All right, but today we'll be shining a light on a group of people who play a crucial yet often overlooked role in the society as it concerns keeping our states clean. Most of us know them as scavengers. Some of us know them as Ndenakbalumi in the Igbo dialect, but they have an association, they have a name, and they are the Association of Scrap Dealers right here in Ebonyi State. These individuals work tirelessly round the clock to collect and manage waste, thereby contributing to environmental sustainability and public health. But I know if I would ask you, you might have a beautiful tale to tell about them, or a not so beautiful tale to tell about them. Are you aware those people have challenges? Are you even aware that what they do contributes to the clean environment you enjoy today? And so today we want to look at that, and we have the chairman, Ebonyi State Scrap Dealers Association, right here in the studio with us. He is... I'll tell you I was laughing.
Okay.
When we talk about scrap dealers, when you see them working, they look very untidy most times. Sometimes you're wondering, is he a mechanic or a madman who just got mad newly, right? And then we'll have the chairman seated right here, looking like one very big man, and he is actually a big man. So when you now say Chief Ejike Eric Nwigwe is the chairman, Scrap Dealers Association of Abakaliki. You want to ask, you should see this one follow for scrap dealers. We're happy to have you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you see, I wasn't lying. Let's get to meet scrap dealers for the first time. Who are scrap dealers?
Okay. Scrap dealers are, just as you said, these people
Our control said they can hear you very well.
Okay. When you talk of scrap dealers, you are talking of these people who manage our waste, contribute to economic empowerment and infrastructure. Thereby, all this waste, spoiled iron, spoiled plastic materials, spoiled aluminiums. These people help us gather them together and evacuate it, transport it to other states, to where we have big factories that convert it to another useful materials. So those people who gather those materials and supply to those big factories are scrap dealers.
You said condemned iron, metal. There was one other thing he mentioned.
Yes,
Plastics,
waste aluminium.
waste aluminium.
Which means that it's not every waste that scrap dealers collect.
Yes.
May we know the category of waste your people do not collect and the one they collect, and why when we go to our refuse dump we don't see that distinction there?
Okay. When you talk of waste, you talk of different materials that are not in use for a particular purpose, okay. But can still be used for other purpose.
Okay.
Yes. The categories or the type of materials we don't pick is we have waste. Waste yam. We have waste cassava. We also have waste even stones that you may call waste. We don't.
So foodstuffs, we don't pick
No. We don't pick foodstuffs.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of the wastes you don't pick and the ones you pick, I realized that in recent times, you discover. In fact, somebody told me that even the cellophanes, like what you call waterproof, that it's among the things scavengers now pick.
Okay.
So, and I'm wondering, is it why our street is now littered? Because you discover that the Ministry of Environment makes efforts to pick up wastes every day in Ebonyi State. But you discover that if you're coming out early in the morning, or even sometimes in the afternoons, you find scavengers tearing up some of these waste materials. The refuse, go to refuse dumps that are in streets. You find people tearing them up and picking things. So I'm wondering, your association, what are they doing to curtail some of these activities that is contributing to making the states untidy?
Okay, talking of nylons.
Yes.
So is there no doubt that scrap people or scrap scavengers pick nylons? The society itself needs recycling. So, and we pick them, supply it to companies that need it, and they refine it to materials we need. So, but talking of the side effect of going to waste bin, making it untidy, or working against the states. Yes, or littering the state. So I don't think that activity is supposed to be tagged littering, because we help the scavengers equally help to keep the state clean, because those nylons they pick are supposed to be waste that is supposed to be keeping the street very dirty. But once you have a nylon that is at where it's not supposed to be, we pick it out. It have helped to clean.
Yeah, well, the point there is that, sorry, just hold that thought there. The point there is that some of the scavengers don't pick the leather. They tear it open and they look for maybe iron materials, for instance, and they pick, and then they leave the leather, because it's not all of this is something I have personally witnessed. So that is the area I'm coming from. Okay,
the association is against that action. The association is against that action. We are in to support the state, support human, and support cleanliness. That is what we are in. So anybody who is on that action is against the association and the state as well.
Okay, so my next question is going to be multifaceted, because when we talk about your association being against that, we've also had moments where we interacted with members of your association, thereby accusing them. Now, a couple of months ago, the State Ministry of and when it shouldn't be done. And so far, the states have, they've tried to keep to this time. But every little time you're passing, you're seeing small children. Children who should be in school, sometimes as young as 7. You see these children at the waist bin. You do not know whether you should bring cane and flog them. Or if you ask them what they're doing, they tell you, are you not seeing, I am here to pick waste. I do not know if these people are members of this association that you just talked about. And when your members have picked this, where do they keep them? For the sake of cleanliness. I asked because I know some members who have, they seem to have gotten a place where an enclosed space, locked up, except you are the one who knows why you would leave the road to go and start looking at some building that has been locked up. You really do not know what's in there. But if you are familiar with Abakaliki, old meat markets, where we have the old Ozana Park, that area, in fact, from that area to New Market, you see heaps of, I won't call them because they've not been recycled as yet. You see heaps of refuse that have been picked, ready for whatever the owner has in mind for. So how do your members keep these things so that they do not in their own become a waste in the society?
Okay. I would have appreciated the questions come one after the other so that I don't forget to leave anything.
Okay, let's start with these children. Who pick? Are they your members? Okay. What are you doing about them?
Children, that's teenagers.
I'm not talking about.
They're not teenagers.
Children.
Sometimes as young as 7.
Yeah.
Children are not part of our association. We don't have chances for them. Because in our association, we have 3 categories. Okay. We have major dealers, we have petty traders, and scavengers. So scavengers are people who walk around, buy and pick from home, from the road, you understand? But majorly, we sensitize on our scavengers buy, because scrap, people are getting very wise of scrap that they don't leave it again at the road. So you can't see scraps on the road to pick anymore. So the scavengers are people who go home to home and buy. So petty traders are people who have a scrap dump or shop where all people who goes around buy and come and sell to them. But they don't take outside the state. Okay. They buy and resell within the state. But major dealers are people who take it outside the state to the big factories. So, and in our constitution, we don't have chance for anybody who is below 18 years. Before we adapt or accept you in our association, you must be up to 18 years. Yes, and it started during my government, because I'm very much tired of not being proud of what you do. We are supposed to be proud of what we do.
When did your government start, so that we'll know if these children that we saw, it was during your government?
My government started last 2 years.
That means these children we saw.
Now, still within your government.
Your government.
Okay, I will come to that.
Okay.
I will come to that. The children are threat to our business. We are against them. My government, these children have been in the road and in the street before my government. And when we entered, I called my people and told them, these children will cause and bring problem to us. And we need to take steps to stop them. They are supposed to be leaders of tomorrow. This is our own chance to still support the society. We wrote to Ministry of Environment, because our association is attached under Ministry of Environment. We wrote to them on some policies that will help the state. We said children who are not up to 18 years should leave scrap. We don't need Sunday scrap scavenging or buying. Once you buy from Monday to Saturday, close and go and rest on Sundays. We don't need early morning scrap activities and night scrap activities. Our scrap activities starts from 7 and ends by 6:30.
You are saying 7 a.m.?
7 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
And 6:30 p.m. in the evening. So I saw these challenges you people are talking about, and I have worked towards stopping them. The paper we wrote should be at the Ministry of Environment, which they acknowledged. And the photocopy is with us.
You know, sometimes, as they would say in Nigeria, that it's not that we do not have laws, it's the implementation that is the challenge.
Okay.
Right? Because in all fairness, or maybe it's because I've gotten so busy now that I'm hardly on the streets, but in all fairness, I haven't really seen them as much this year as I did last year. I can mention specific dumps where I see them. And when you see them, most of those people, what they speak is not Igbo. But what they speak is not Igbo. And it's the same too with when you see most of them who, there's this sets that you see, they are carrying that big truck. Yes, so they dump it. You're even saying, you see, you're littering this place. They don't understand what you're saying, right? Because I am thinking that whether they are of Igbo extraction or they are not of Igbo extraction, the rules existing in the state or whichever state should bind everyone who does the same thing in that particular state. So I'm now taking my question to, now you have said you wrote to the ministry, you know, so that certain rules will be made. Have you followed up to see that this is not just something that ends on paper, but it's actually something that is being implemented? Because there are still children's scavengers out there. The temptation of the money they will get is much.
Okay. I followed up and implemented as well. The places we followed up is we introduced ID card, membership ID card. Everybody or anybody who wishes to do this scrap business should come and register. Under Ebonyi State Scrap Dealers Association. That will be profiled under Ministry of Environment.
Okay.
We also have jacket, which I believe some of you must have seen in the street. We have jacket.
What's the color of the jacket?
Carton color. And we have serial numbers for the jacket. So we said, everybody, all the scavengers, before you go in the street, come and register with us. You fill a form telling us where you live, where you come from, or the state you come from. You bring somebody from Ebonyi State here to shorty you. In there, we have a serial number we attached on the jacket. I forgot to come with my own. I have as the chairman. And my own number is 1001. So we attached it and also attached it in the form with your passport that will be in our office. That whenever anything happens in the street, anybody who sees can quickly see the number. And we will trace our records and know the person who did that thing. So we have task force member who goes around checkmating the activities of scrap dealers.
Okay, that brings me to my next question, the issue of security.
Sorry, the challenge we are having there is, we are just an association that have limitation of enforcement. There are some levels we go, we get these questions, is union. And this is why we need government. We cannot just achieve all these things. Our government is trying to curtail all these problems and challenges we are having.
All right, that brings me to my next question of security issues. Now, it's been known, or it is believed, and it is alleged that scrap dealers are major problems that we have. The scavengers, they connive with scrap dealers to steal irons, even when you go to, like, when you have paved ways, when you have gutters, that they have used iron rails to barricade so that people don't fall in, you find those irons being pulled away. And because you have people who buy it from them, that is why the scavengers have the impetus to do that. If you don't have demand, yes, you will not have supply. That's one. And then there are also the allegations that a lot of scavengers also go into security threats. In fact, they have become a serious security threat. For instance, some 2-3 weeks back, here in Abakaliki, somewhere in Hausa quarters, where we call Hausa quarters in Abakaliki, by Ginger School, a scavenger early in the morning almost killed a woman in trying to rape her. As a matter of fact, that case is still with the police, and we are following up to see how it ends up. So I don't know, what is your association doing in this area of, one, stealing from homes? Because a lot of them go into homes, they look around, and if they don't see anybody, they enter, they carry chain, they carry even chain that you use in chaining your chain. Sometimes they are also part of kidnappers. You understand? They play those roles. So what is your association doing to curtail the activities? Because yes, we know that you have limited power in the area of enforcement, but how are you collaborating, for instance, with the police? Because it's not just the issue of environments now, but the issue of security agencies. How are you collaborating with them to ensure that your activities does not constitute nuisance to the society?
Okay, thank you so much. But before answering those questions, I will still like us, all this why we have been discussing about the disadvantage and disadvantage and disadvantage of the business. So I will also like and appreciate if you bring in the advantage of the business.
We are going to bring that in. Right. We'll use it to wrap up.
All right.
But first, let's look at the challenges.
Okay. Because I believe in life, everything that have advantage has disadvantage. And talking of security threat of the business in the society, I love that. I love that because I was once a victim of it. So, but since I became a victim, or even before the victim, I say this is my opportunity as the chairman to serve my people. Elaborate or open the brain of our people that this is what scrap business is supposed to be, and not to this. And amongst 12, there are always a Judah in there. So, and you are talking of the effort we have made.
Yeah.
I told you we have task force. You talked of buying, stealing from people. And I will tell you, a real scrap dealer, not that I'm trying to protect my people, but we are alive, and I believe people are hearing from us. You understand? And if we want to solve this problem, we must solve the problem. We talk of what are the challenges and how to settle the problems. A real scrap dealer don't have time to go and thief. A real scrap dealer don't have time to go and thief. But there are people who, what a scrap dealer can do is to buy. Majorly, we that is in the field have noticed that it is other individuals that go to thief, that goes out to thief and come and sell to scrap dealers.
Okay.
You understand? So now, and once all these things are being done, everything will be channeled on the head of scrap people. Most times, it's even a relative of those people that thief and come and sell to scrap people. And I have evidences of those things. It's in my phone.
And the scrap dealer cannot say no because he doesn't know.
Now, when I entered, I told my people that this is a problem we have. We need to change this mentality of every scrap dealer is a thief. Because I am into the business. But when we are being asked to, who are you? What do you do for a living? When you say you're a scrap dealer, then we say, thief. We need to step up on our feet. Tell the society that not all of us are like this. And those people who are giving us that bad name, let's sort them out. We bring out a policy within our association that anybody who buys government property will leave the business for us. In this state, go to other state and go and buy. It's in our constitution. But if you must buy, or you are sorry, or you feel remorse of what you did, you pay us a fine of ₦1 million. We have a reason we raised it that way, so that it will scare some people away from it. And since we did that thing, we also teach them, whenever you see those people who come to cause these problems, hand them over to the union. Call the task force and hand them over. Bring the matter to the union. We know where the person brought the thing from. Hand them over to police. And we have several cases we reported to police. We have cases we reported to civil defense.
Chairman, let's leave that for now and talk about
but sorry, and to the ones we have discovered in the union, we expel them.
That's a good.
We have people that we have caught, that people who registered with us, that get involved with government properties. The one I recovered myself, we sealed down that dump. We handed the matter over to police and used our constitution. And today that person is not buying in this state.
All right, thank you so very much, Chairman. Let's get back to this issue of dump. How do you ensure, I've given you an instance, New Market Road, Old Uzana Park. How do we ensure that these dumps, these scraps that will pick and store for sale, how do we ensure that they do not turn around to become eyesore or refuse dumps in the state? Okay,
Ebonyi is my state. And I appreciate it being very clean. Because as you said, cleanliness is next to godliness. I'm not happy going around the state, seeing the state being deterred. And the union itself don't have enough fund to get a place that we can call our market. So we have also pleaded with the state government to at least give us a market, as they did to other markets. You have building materials.
Yes.
And everybody who is into building material is expected to be there. Whenever you need building material, go there and go and buy. We have international market.
We have timber.
We have timber. We have food stock market. You understand?
Yeah.
So we have pleaded, give us a site where we will go and stay. Know that that place is scrap dump. We'll stop our members from being around the street, making it an eyesore.
It sure is.
And it will also help us, the association, to still monitor the activities of our members.
Yeah.
No people who are buying government property or individual property they are not supposed to buy. This one is giving me, as the chairman, very big work, because I need to employ enough task force so that they can go around the state. But if we have a place we stay, we can fence the place, have a gate. We know things that are coming in and things that are going out.
So where are you on that? Now, have you gotten a response from the government?
No, we have not gotten a response.
Which ministry did you apply to?
We applied to Ministry of Environment.
Please, let's hear you.
And we applied to board, the market board, Ebonyi State Market Board, the one the governor constitutes.
Okay.
We applied to them.
Okay.
So
Ministry of Environment and the Ebonyi State
Market Board, yes.
When was this application?
This application was last year when we were looking at the challenges of scrap business. So that was when we applied.
Okay, just so that it's not all bad about scrap dealers and all that. Now, tell us the merits of being a scrap dealer. How viable is this business? And I can see you're very radiant, and you, from the inside, it's like you enjoy your business. Is it economically viable? And what does it take to belong to your association?
Okay. I'm very much happy to be a legitimate scrap dealer. Very legitimate to be a scrap dealer. And because it's a business that puts food on my table. So when we talk of the importance or the benefit of it, it gets one exposed. It gets one exposed. It's a business that is connected internationally, where you get to learn from people. Because I've learned plenty from people. And I pray to have a big factory of my own.
Amen.
So, and is it still gives me that privilege of serving my people, thereby helping or supporting the Ebonyi State Ministry of Environment in keeping the state clean. Because we gather those materials that you cannot use, that can turn out being weapons to our children, and evacuate it out. And these materials we buy, they are not materials you can burn. Like, talk about the metals, the aluminiums. If mistakenly kept, cheap boy can use it to wound other, thereby causing problems in our home. So, and it also contributes to our empowerment. Because a real scrap dealer who knows what he's doing can never do it only himself, or cannot do it alone. Come to my place, I have up to 16 to 20 persons that are working for me. So it has given that chance of employment.
Sure.
People who are unable to be employed by government get job employment from us. And they contribute to our infrastructures. Those materials we take out are being refined. To shock you, the rods you use in building is being getting from scrap. The Almaco profiles you use is being getting from scrap. When we gather those things, take them outside, they melt it, use it, and give us another materials. So these are the benefits and reasons why it's giving me.
Chief Ejike, are you saying that, for instance, my sachets water, when I finish drinking them, I can now store them.
Store them.
And then I'll call your office. You can now come and pick when they have gathered, and you pay me good money.
We pay you good money.
Oh, that is beautiful.
We pay you good money, and it will reduce waste.
Yes, that's good. So that we don't throw it out anymore. We can just gather them, and then when we are ready, when it has accumulated, we can now call you, and you guys will come and pick. And then we have found a second address.
Yes, and if you spend 2,000 naira in buying that water,
yes,
you, after consumption, you sell it 500 naira. You end up buying that water 1,500 not 2,000 again.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
So there was something you asked. You said what it takes to be a member.
Yes.
Now we have nurtured our people that, one, you will be up to 18 years before you be a member. And before you be a member, you go and learn from people who have been in the system.
Okay, apprenticeship.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
We create chance for apprenticeship. Go learn it for up to an year, so that you know things to buy and things not to buy, in order not to be giving us problems again. And on the chances of those children, let it not be like we are scaring them away or we don't want them, because we still, in the system, we still have people who started it very little. A child who is not opportune to go to school can go and register under somebody till you get up to that 18 years. That person will nurture you, guide you on the business till you grow, and he now brings you to the union and register you. Once you are 18 years, you go ahead and go and do the business.
I hope we do not get to that point where they begin to abuse, those children that have been registered. Abuse could mean so many things, but that's not something we are willing to look at the moment. And I hope that sometime in future we can have you here, because information we've gathered says that this crab, they're not being sold. I was making inquiries as to see if this crab are being sold in the States, sold to a Ebonyi pipe production company, and I discovered that no, we sell to Lagos. Ebonyi comes to Lagos to buy when it has been recycled, but that's a conversation for another day. Yeah. Thank you so very much, Chief Ejike, for coming. You can be sure that in the next few weeks you will have Laura come in as a member and as a dealer.
Oh yes, I will definitely. My hands, I hope you register me.
And then next we'll come. We would also want to find out if there are no ways we can store these things so that we don't, if they are scrap, we'll sort them and keep our scrap instead of dumping them at the refuse bin and people will go there, litter them to pick. But that's another conversation for another day. Thank you so very much, Chief Ejike Eric Migwe, Chairman, Scrap Dealers Association of Nigeria, Ebonyi State Chapter.
Thank you.
For coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have had you. In fact, it was a very interactive conversation. We hope you keep it up, and we wish your government a very successful tenure. Many thanks for being on the program.
Thank you.
We'll take a break now. When we'll return, we'll bring you what we have from the pages of the newspaper and then look at trends happening on the streets of social media. Keep watching. It's Sunrise on Soul Television.